All right, of course, everyone wants to know what makes up the best damn dog food. What ingredients are included? A lot. I rotate about 35 to 45 different ingredients. Some ingredients have fallen off, some have been added. I've lost count, haven't counted recently. But I can tell you, so you have things like chicken. And of course, with chicken, I've never had an experience where the dog is allergic. Food has been tested on everything from a senior Chihuahua up to a Great Dane. Um, Never had any bad reactions. Actually, I've actually had people say, hey, the dog is allergic to chicken. Gave it to them anyway. Perfectly fine. Actually, they love it. So we have chicken frames, um, pork loin. I don't use a lot of pork because I need to research the worming. There's a lot of rumors going around that pork is extremely dirty, their facility, so I have to do some research. But I'll rotate pork in there because I have things that can take care of the worms for the most part. Let's see, grouper. Love grouper. Salmon from Scotland, and it is only from Scotland, fresh from the coast. I go down to the bay and go get fish. And sometimes I can rotate in mackerel and kingfish and just different cool fish that they have in. Let's see what else we put in there. So then you get into the organs. There's more meat, but I can't think of it right now, and I can't read. I don't have that app where I can read and video at the same time. So organ meat, I know there's lamb heart, kidneys, beef kidneys, lungs, spleen, liver, like the list goes on and on and on. Beef fat, crazy thing. Fat is actually for energy when it's for canines. People always think carbs come from that. Never any carbs. Don't use carbs at all, at all, at all. Dogs don't need it. They don't require it. And people say it, but like I've said before, people don't really research this stuff. They take someone else's information and they just keep passing it along. I was listening to a young lady who educates people on their breeding program, and she had the best analogy ever. She said this young lady was cooking a ham for her and her husband. She cut off the butt of the ham and put it in the oven. She would always do that. And so her husband asked, he said, why do you do that? And she said, I don't know. My mom has always done it. So they called her mom, said, Mom, why do you cut off the butt of the ham and put it in the oven? And she said, I don't know, because my mom, your grandma, she always did it. So then they called grandma. It's like, Grandma, why did you always cut the butt of the ham off when you cooked the ham? And she said, because the oven was too small. That was the only way it would fit. That is what happens in the dog world, where people just continue to pass on information that is 200% incorrect, but no one knows where it came from. Garlic. I freaking love garlic. I've been using garlic over 22 years. Puppies, senior dogs, everybody gets garlic. And truth be told, it is my favorite ingredient because it kills fleas. It repels fleas to no end. Also ticks. For some reason, when they bite dogs, and that blood is just tainted with garlic, pisses them off. It's great for immunization. It's great for, when I say immunization, it's great for building up tolerance against BS that's out there. It's great. It's an immunity builder. Um, it just does so much. I love garlic. So when people say, "Oh, don't give your dog garlic," it's gonna do it. Doesn't do anything. But if that's something that you need to believe in, then you go for it. So we use garlic. Lots of secreting organs. I'll start playing with little things like farm fresh eggs. These eggs actually come from a farm. I actually met the farmer. She's a cool lady, actually. Delicious eggs. So we have farm fresh eggs, rosemary. I love rosemary. It goes great with Yorkies. For some reason, it really strengthens their hair. But I'm not telling you to do it. There's a certain way I do it. Any of this information is for what I do. Now, you do this on your own. So I love rosemary. Just the list goes on and on. Bananas. I love bananas because they help with the low glycemic index with Yorkies and other tiny dogs. I learned that whenever I purchase my Yorkie, First thing the breeder said is, hey, she'll go into low blood sugar, so you got to give her a little bit of banana, and she'll be okay. Well, about a year ago, my Yorkie, she's currently 6. A year ago, she went into low blood sugar. Like, I saw it, and then I went through the dog food records, and I hadn't been adding banana for a while. And so if you ever see your tiny dog have a seizure, it will freak you out, because she was totally fine. Next thing you know, she was just having a full-on seizure. Most people will rush to the vet. Luckily, I already knew what was going on. And so that's why I use the banana in almost every batch. It's for my Yorkies, but if I get a specific Yorkie that has certain issues, I'll have to tweak it. Just little things like that, so clearly I know what I'm doing. But like I said, if you have additional questions or you're kind of skeptic of it, I understand. I mean, it's a lot of people selling shit that they shouldn't be selling, and I get it. But eventually you got to trust someone. Let's go from there. Yeah.